To form lasting friendships in this busy, fast-paced world, you have to be intentional with your time and your efforts. So we are making time to really talk and to ask questions we sometimes avoid in pursuit of a deeper connection. It's a series called Take 5, and it is off to a really strong start. We asked you, our awesome Studio 5 viewers, to fill up our question jar with the kind of topics that will hopefully take us beyond the surface. Our guests then draw out 5 questions on the spot randomly, and the conversation just spins out from there. Well, today's guest, I am giddy. It's Jessica Ferguson, the co-host of the popular radio show Frankie and Jess on 97.1 ZHT. She has been at ZHT for 17 years. She's also a boss babe. She's a sales director for Mary Kay and has been doing that for a decade. When she's not working, she's hanging out with her husband and her son Cooper, or her gal pals, who she holds near and dear to her heart. I'll add she's a dog mom as well. We are all so excited. Look at us. We're all just so excited to have you in studio. Welcome, Jess.
Thank you.
This is so fun for us. I'm trying to think. We've had you on tape before. I don't know if we've ever had you in studio.
No, it's my first.
Welcome. We'll give you first time treatment, but only for the first time.
Okay.
Now, people know you. They love you. In fact, I was just telling Jess, and I know that we do what we do in media and we don't make too much of it, but you are everybody's morning gal pal. You are in our car, you're in our homes, you're in our ear, and you help wake us up on a bright note. Is that pressureful?
Oh gosh, I just can't think about it.
Okay.
I just don't think about it, but now that you told me, I might retire.
You're
no,
like,
I'm kidding.
It ends here. What is one place, because people know your voice probably before they even know your face. You're out there a little bit more now with the facial recognition, but what's a time someone has heard you and been like, Jess, that's Jess. I know you. What's a funny story around a voice recognition moment? Does anything come to mind?
A good question. It's usually in the grocery store, or I'm always shopping. I'm always at TJ Maxx. So it's usually somebody at TJ Maxx like, hey, wait. And then they'll see the red hair.
And they're like, it's you.
And they're like, it's you. And I'm like, it's me. And so it's fun.
What took you into radio? I've never asked you this.
Oh, gosh. I was a little kid and I wanted to be on the radio.
Really?
Yeah, I would make tapes. So I get my boombox and my sister's boombox.
Your boombox.
I would.
I love it. I love it.
I would record songs and I would record my voice. And my mom had a Red Book magazine subscription.
Yeah.
So I would read out of that. Those were my commercials. It's crazy. I've just always been obsessed with radio. My sister didn't love it. We had our own little radio station, KBJB Radio.
Oh my gosh.
She would storm out of my room, which was the studio, and I was like, oh, she had to get to a meeting. I had to cover for her. It was awkward. But I've loved it since I was teeny.
And now you've been doing it for 17 years professionally. You have a series on the show called Headlines with Jess.
Yes.
So what's a headline in your life right now?
Ooh, it's probably a theme that is just my life in general all the time. Just not right now, but just living it to the max.
Yeah.
Because we're here so short. This world that we live in and we think is everything and all of that, it's not. It's a blip and it's so crazy, and I just want to make the most out of the time I have here.
I love that you're thoughtful about that, because I feel that from you. You're a go girl.
Aww.
Like, you go, you're a yes girl. You say yes. You have your family, your friends, those are important to you. You have also, as you like to call it, your church babes, your bunco babes, your tea party babes, and your Mary Kay babes.
Yeah.
You're a good girlfriend, Jess. What's the key to making these good, strong female friendships, do you think?
Oh, that's a good question. I think when I was younger, people weren't very nice to me. So I just thought, okay, when I get older, I'm going to be the best friend I can be. Oh, sorry, you're making me cry. You're like Barbara Walters with me here. Okay. Or Oprah.
With better hair.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, friends weren't that great to me, and I've always been like, the more the merrier. That's always been my motto.
That a struggle for you? That always cracks my heart when you hear about, especially because I'm assuming it was other girls.
It was girls and a boy.
Really?
Like, I got beat up in the 4th grade by a boy.
You did not.
Crazy, right? So after that, I was like, this isn't right. This isn't cool.
Yeah.
So after that, I was like, no. And then my best friend in high school, who's still my best friend today, her mom just said, life gets crazy. And your husband, of course, yes, will be your best friend, but you need good girlfriends. And that was when I was 15 years old, and I took it to heart, and I never looked back.
I love that so much. And that
Isn't
came
that
to shape your life in a really positive way.
Yeah.
One thing we love about you is you're open about your love for Jesus. You're a spiritual gal. And that can be hard to put it out there sometimes in this world, but you do. How come?
I do, because it's who made us. It's why we're here. And I love Salt Lake because we can talk about our love for Jesus.
Openly.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no pressure. It's just part of my everyday. It's who I am, and it's the reason we shine, right? He gives us the gifts and the talents, and like, we're supposed to use those because, like I said, this life is so short.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, we don't like to apply pressure, but today there's a little bit.
I know. I was
because our viewers have some questions for you. Dip on in there, girlfriend. We'll try to get a couple in before the commercial break.
Okay.
And you're usually asking the questions, so this is like a super vulnerable. I get it. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh. Okay. So in 5 years, my son will be starting college.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Does that, like, I know that makes my heart
Yeah, he's 15.
go. So here. Doing my thing
You
with
love
you
Salt
guys.
Lake?
I do. I love Salt Lake.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be a 2 or 3 year deal. I wanted to go back to Phoenix. I'm an Arizona girl, and I fell in love with the people and the seasons and just how real everybody is here. I love it. I love it.
That's one thing I love about you and also your co-host Frankie, who we love around here as well. But you both have an appreciation for, I mean, yeah, we're quirky. Yeah, there's the Utah culture, but you both celebrate all of the good things about Utah.
Oh,
I love that about both of you. All right, dip in.
Okay.
Question 2.
Okay.
That was a good one. You're
that
here.
was good. Okay.
Yeah, means your life's good.
Not too stressful.
That means life's good, and you're just gonna stay in it. What is hard for you right now?
Ooh.
There's been a couple like this, and we tend as women, I think, to stay positive. You're a positive gal, but I think these are connective in their own way too, these questions that dig a little deeper. What's hard for you right now, Jess?
Oh, that question was meant to be, right? Real estate. My hubby's in real estate. We just moved. I know you were talking about that too.
We're in the middle of it.
Oh, and so it's just been, moving is stressful. It's one of the life stressors, right?
It's hard.
Oh, it's hard.
Isn't it
it's
a unique
hard.
human psychological experiment too?
Yeah.
You're like, we built these walls around ourselves. I didn't know I was a hoarder, but I guess I am.
Yeah,
it's kind of a weird,
same.
and it tests you in those temporary ways.
Yeah, you're right.
All right.
And we were in our old house for 13 years, so it's getting used to new routines and just, we had like our little starter home for so long, and it was just the closeness, and I was like, oh gosh, but we wanted more bedrooms because my family's out of state, my husband's family's out of state. We want them to stay with us and not in the hotel.
So good reasons to grow, but still hard.
Yeah, growth is hard, but it's good.
All right, let's get one more in before commercial break.
Okay.
This is fun. I could chat with you forever.
I know.
This is how everyone feels, though. Everyone just wants to be your best friend.
Thanks, babe.
What was your biggest heartache?
Ooh.
These are deep.
These are deep.
You're getting some good ones.
Your viewers are the best.
Yeah.
Infertility.
You talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, and you and I mean, I've known you since before you were married.
It's true.
So now you're married with 4 beautiful kids and your awesome hubby, and so infertility, we struggled with that
We had a patch there as well.
Yeah, over a decade.
And what got you through that, Jess? That's a big question to a big heartache, I know. But what did get you through that ultimately?
God.
Yeah.
He knew I wanted to be a mom, and he gave me Coop.
Yeah.
And some women don't get a Coop.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for that.
Is it hard being a public person? Because you are so open. You're an open book, which I think is why women love you so much. Is it hard, though, when things like that happen, bumps like that happen, to feel like you kind of have to say something? Do you feel like you have to say something?
Oh, that's a good question. No, because I am so open, but there'll be some days that are tender.
Yeah.
And if I get that question and it just kind of stings sometimes a little bit more depending on the day.
Yeah.
But it's getting easier with time, right?
Yeah.
Time heals.
Time is a healer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're loved. Can we take a pause?
Yeah.
And dip in for 2 more? We'll grab some tissues too. Open heart. This is why we love this girl. Open book, open heart. We'll be back with our final Take 5 questions with Jess Ferguson right after this. We are with Jess Ferguson, co-host of the radio show Frankie and Jess on 97.1 ZHT. She is answering your viewer-submitted Take 5 questions. Good questions, good answers. You took those on with heart. We got 2 more.
Thank you.
Dip in, sister. We've just got a couple minutes left together. Fabulous nails. You're
deep.
fabulous.
You.
She came in with a Mary Kay mask for me that I can't wait to try. How do you resolve conflict?
Ooh. Dang, your viewers are killing me today in a good way. In a good way.
Conflict.
I did not grow up with that tool. I did not. So I'm still learning that at 44.
Do you run away from it?
Still learning that. Yes, I'm known as a pleaser, a harmonizer, kind of stuff my own stuff down, make it about other people. So I'm trying to learn healthy boundaries and how to do that better with therapy.
That's a growth work. I mean, it's for all of us to learn how to, because other people come at you in different ways, and you hear a lot from viewers, I'm sure, as well. And there's that communication dynamic that's so unique to what you do. Yeah,
it's tough, but it's neat to take in what they're saying and then kind of dissect it.
Yeah.
Like how much of that is truth, how much of that, is maybe not. What do I need to improve upon? So it is. The older I get, the deeper. I'm like, okay, let's dig deeper because I want to be better at it.
My friend said to me the other day, the older I get, the quieter I get. Isn't that true? Where you start to be a little more introspective, a little more self-reflective. I see that in you. It's a good thing. All right, last question.
Okay. All right, sister.
Last question.
I'm nervous.
I think she deserves like 3 things to take on an island or something after the hard-hitting questions you've got. What is a book you never tire of reading over and over again? Are you a reader?
Not much.
Not a big reader.
Not much.
Should we re-dip?
Let's re-dip.
Let's re-dip. Okay, we got 1 minute.
Okay.
I'm making my own rules here.
Oh no, I grabbed a bunch. Okay, you
I'll go
just
with this one.
okay.
Is that good? They were kind of clumped.
I got too excited.
What brings you joy, and how do you fit more of it into your life?
Ooh, my husband. my
guys have a good thing
son.
going.
Oh yeah, we've been together going on 23 years. We've been married. We just celebrated 17.
That's awesome.
We met in college. He was real spicy. I was sitting in his seat in college, and I was like, oh, really? So I liked him from the start.
Good.
My husband, our son, all my friends. My friends are my joy. They're the family I choose. Of course, my friends and family back home, but life is good.
You've got a good circle. And you know what I've learned? Good people attract good people.
Thanks.
And that is who you are at the core. We love you, Jess.
Love you.
Thank you so much. Perfect guest for this. Perfect girl, gal to hang out with. We'll repost this conversation if you want to share it on our social media. And we look forward to listening to you every morning. So thanks for keeping us company.